Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Justin, K3EE. This is Blackbeard's Radio. I wanted to start off today by telling you, don't forget we're giving away an antenna. I have a mini G5 RV and a full-size G5 RV that I'm giving away at 1,000 subscribers. You have to be a subscriber to win, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, today we're gonna go over something that I can't wait to build. My last video kind of got into it just a little bit. I never said what this one was gonna do or what the last video's product was for, but y'all can probably guess. We're gonna build a battery box. This video is gonna be me explaining my thought process, and then I'm actually gonna do I think I'm gonna do a full length battery box build. So stick with me. All right, guys, can't build a battery box without a battery. If you watched the last video, you know that this is a Cyclone Bat, no name, off-brand Chinese brand battery. It's their mini series. It's 100 amp hours, rated for 5,000 cycles, 5-year warranty. It is 5 inches thick, well, like 4.5 inches thick technically, I think, but 8 inches wide, 9 inches tall. So it should fit exactly what my needs are. And the only orientation you can't utilize this battery in for charging or discharging, they don't want you to lay it down with the post down. You can lay it down any other way. It can be oriented any other way other than the posts being towards the gravity side. And I'm assuming that's probably because this is where the computer components are for the BMS. So that plays a huge factor into the battery box or boxes I'm going to put this battery in. On a battery note, how many of y'all are old enough to remember not being allowed to put batteries directly on the ground? Is that just a age thing? Because I was taught my entire life you can't put your batteries on the ground. They have to be put on a piece of wood because the ground and the concrete will suck the energy out of the battery and kill the battery cells. Is that just me? Y'all let me know in the comments. All right, so to get the power from the battery, I have a couple options. Not sure which one I'm using yet. I got all of this from Amazon.com, and I will put those links in the description. I promise if I remember. So I have distribution blocks. These are pretty large. They have large lugs, and I don't necessarily need the lugs to be this large. Oh, look at that. The lugs are 5/16 or 3/8. I can't remember which ones I bought. But my thought was possibly overdoing it instead of underdoing it. So that's one possibility to run a distribution block. Here's the other possibility that I'm thinking about. And this is a typical fused distribution block that comes with stickers that I probably won't use because we don't have autopilot. It'd be neat. But yeah. So, but this is it's a fused box. So I'm trying to uncover it for you. There we go. Negative terminal, and then your positive terminals go in here, positive lug here, and all of your negative branches come off here. Positive goes in here and out here, and then you fuse it with whatever fuse you want. And this is rated for, hold on, I don't want to tell you a lie. All right, so it's rated for 12 volts or 24 volts. One of the reasons I got it was not only that rating, but it is a 6-way fuse block, 4 20-amp fuses, 4 15s. It comes with 2 10s, 2 5s, and then of course mounting screws. And the total amperage of this, the total draw rate for this is 100 amps. I think that's right. I'm going somewhat about, yeah, 100 amp block. 30 amp per circuit is max load. So I can get rid of the 20 amp fuses and kick it up to a 30, and then I can do 3 30s, and I'll have 10 to spare. But realistically, in my battery box, I'm only going to need 2 for 2 radios, and 2 30s would be okay. So positive wire will go here, negative wire goes here from the batteries, and then we'll wire it in. You know, if this is my 2 radios that I would possibly want to charge, I don't know. These 2 would be 30 amp fuses, and that would go to whatever. And then the rest of them could be subsequent, but as long as the total rating while the box is in use does not equal over 100 amps, then it's legitness. It's legitness. Anybody remember that, Mimi? Just me? Sorry. All right. So now we'll get into the case I'm going to use. I'm going to use an Apache 4800. I'm sure the glare's getting that, but trust me when I tell you it's the 4800. These are the not Pelican cases that you can buy from Harbor Freight. Don't know the dimensions of it. It's the biggest one without wheels. This is what I have for my Radio Go box at the moment, and I'm happy with it. I don't know if this is where I'm going to end up in the final product, but this is where I'm starting. So I'm hoping it's going to be where I end up, because they're not cheap. They're 45 or 50 bucks with the Harbor Freight plan or whatever. Here's my other components. We'll go break them down one by one. I have relays. And the reason I'm putting relays in is because I'm going to power my power switch through a relay. And that way, no matter what I do, my goal is to run battery to switch to relay. And that way the relay becomes a switched relay. So that unless I press the go button, which is in here, it's pretty small. It's a little round circle button. I'll include the link in the description because I'll probably fight with this bag. Oh, no, I got it. Ha! So it's just a small push button. Push it in for on. It illuminates with a red ring when it's on. And I actually plan on wiring it that way. But my goal is for that ring and that switch to be on the side of the box. And that way I have to power on everything. And I'm going to do that through a relay so that we don't have to worry about things getting overdriven or whatnot. The other things that I did buy, and this is at the suggestion of, and a great suggestion of my buddy Dorian, W4DKF. These are called flag terminals. If you see the way that these are oriented, they look kind of like a flagpole with a flag would be. If you just wire into the back of your power pole plugs, then power pole plugs aren't a great one because you got to stick into it. But you know how on the back of your power pole plugs, everything, your wire just sticks out of the back of the plug. Well, out of the rest of your plugs, you can make it neat and turn a 90 using these. And that way you can chase them exactly how you want the wires to be chased to stay out of the way. The other thing I got is, these are actually really neat. I didn't know, I had concerns on how I was going to charge my laptops. And as it turns out, they make these 12-volt USB plugs, and this is a USB and quick charge 3.0 car USB socket with power switch. Fast charging for iPhone, iPad, Android phones. Suitable for car, boat, marine, and ATV use. But what makes this little switch absolutely amazing, I don't know if you notice right there where it says PD above those USB-C switches. So not only is it on a power switch, little button, but the PD on those switches means that the power rating for it is more than enough amperage to charge a laptop. And I don't know if y'all remember or not, but I have the Evolve 3 notebook, what people often refer to as the POTA laptop. So I have that. And I also occasionally will use my MacBook or my Surface Pro. And I needed to be able to charge it. And I didn't want to have to put a DC to AC converter in the box, because those are very often extremely noisy with RF signal. So I have 2 of those. That way I can charge 2 laptops at once, theoretically 6 USB drives. And then I have PowerWorks dual socket power poles. I have 2 of those. So I will have 4 power pole outlets. And these are the ones that have the weather guard in them. And of course, I don't plan on getting this box in a rainstorm, but everything I have is weatherproof. Even the button, that light up button that I showed you, it's waterproof. So theoretically, with everything closed and the flaps closed, the box can get wet. I don't want it to, but that's the plan. I'm going to try. The only thing I have left that I'm waiting on, the reason I'm not doing the build today, is I'm waiting on my battery straps. And I'm going to strap my battery into this case, figuring that I'll most often lay this case down in its current orientation, or I'll put it down like a briefcase. So remember, the battery terminals have to be facing up. So I'll be able to put my battery straps in and get the case mounted this way. And now I have all of this other room around it to run my distribution block, and I'm thinking about doing that here. And then on the sides, I want to do my power pole and my USBs, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And then this, it is tight. But it closes, and that battery actually won't move with it in there because of the foam packaging. So that's where I'm at, guys. The next time you see this, I'll be doing the build video on it, and I'm going to I'll film the whole build, but I don't know how much of it I'll actually edit in, because there's a lot of it that'll just be tedious wiring and soldering, and I'll probably show a couple of instances of that, and that'll be it. But that's it, guys. That's where I'm at for the day. Again, I'm Justin, K3EE. This is Blackbeard's radio. I'm going to take my lab outside, just she wants to go play. I hope y'all have a great day. Please remember, like and subscribe. We're doing the giveaway at 1,000 subscribers for an antenna. Winner gets to pick whether they want the mini G5RV or the full size. That's it. Hope y'all have a great day. 73 y'all.